Hello, welcome to San Joaquin Delta College. I completed my FAFSA What's Next by the Financial Aid Outreach Department. So many of you ask, what is financial aid? Financial aid is comprised of grants, scholarship, loans, and work study. Grants you apply for from your FAFSA or your DREAM Act application. Scholarships you do apply, you have to go through the scholarship during the scholarship season. Grants and scholarships you do not pay back versus loans you do have to pay back, which you can borrow as a student over here at San Joaquin Delta College. And also if you decide to work part-time on the college campus, we have our work study program. And once again, in terms of financial aid resources are intended to supplement, not replace, the financial resources of the family. So you don't want to rely on financial aid to pay any kind of mortgage payment, car payment, things of that nature, only to supplement your college journey. Okay. First few things to apply for financial aid. First, there is the FAFSA and California DREAM Act application. The FAFSA is for U.S. citizens and eligible non-citizens, such as permanent residents. California DREAM Act application is for undocumented students or AB 540 students. So you're going to be applying for one or the other. You do not apply for both. Types of financial aid at San Joaquin Delta College. There's a Pell Grant up to $6,345. There's an FSCOG grant up to $1,500. There's the work study program, which you can earn up to $5,000. And also the direct loans program, which you can borrow from up to $10,500. Other types of aid at San Joaquin Delta College in terms of state aid, there's Cal Grant B or C, Cal Grant B, $1,672 with dependents, $6,000. Cal Grant C, $1,094 with dependents, $4,000. There's also the Student Success Completion Grant up to $4,000. There's a California College Promise Grant, which is a fee waiver, and the Chafee Grant up to $5,000, which is for foster youth. Free tuition at Delta, otherwise known as the AB-19 grant, and you must meet the certain criteria for this to be possible. So eligibility requirements are as follows. Students must be in their first 2 years of college. A student must be enrolled in 12 units or more per semester. A student must complete a FAFSA or California DREAM Act application for each academic year. So for the FAFSA and DREAM Act applications, you do have to apply for those every single year. Student must not be receiving any of the waivers of fees, such as the California College Promise Grant. And a student must be a California resident or an AB 540. If the student meets the above criteria, their tuition fees will be paid for in their first 2 academic years. An academic year is defined as the summer, fall, and spring terms. Student Success Completion Grant for full-time students. Enrolled in 12 to 14 units per semester, currently receiving Cal Grant B or C. And you also must maintain satisfactory academic progress, which we'll cover later on in the presentation. So right there, $649 per semester on the Student Success Completion Grant, 12 to 14 units. Versus if you go a little higher, enrolled in 15 units or more per semester, and you're currently receiving the Cal Grant B or C, and always must maintaining satisfactory academic progress, $2,000 per semester. Benefits Thinking 30 at San Joaquin Delta College. The following chart illustrates the potential annual awards for a dependent student with a Cal Grant B or C award during the fall and spring terms. And if you go with me to the far left, if you take, there's 15 units, which is 5 classes, 12 units, all the way down to 9 units, 6 units, and 3 units. And on each of the columns, respectively, there's the Pell Grant, there's a Cal Grant B or C, Student Success Completion Grant, California College Promise Grant, AB-19 grant, and there's a total aid. So as you can see in the description is that the more units you take, the more aid you will be eligible to receive. And if you look on the third row for 9 units, on the Student Success Completion Grant, you're not even eligible if you're taking 9 units. So it is more beneficial from a financial aid point of view to at least take 12 units or more per semester. And the note down below, students with dependents, Cal Grant B, $6,000, Cal Grant C, $4,000, And the above is a partial list of awards. There are other programs such as loans, work study, and scholarships, which we'll continue with later on in the presentation. Institutional scholarships. Institutional scholarships you can apply for at San Joaquin Delta College. This is a snapshot of our very own webpage. And as you look right there, the scholarship opens up January every single year. So you pretty much have to build a portal inside the scholarship to apply. You have to do certain requirements such as an application for the scholarship, 2 letters of recommendation, and a brief essay. So the coming up year, the scholarship season opens up every January 1st. Outside scholarships. Delta has partnered with outside companies to produce some outside scholarships. Each one has their own criteria. When you go onto our very own Delta College San Joaquin website, as you can take a look right here, there is a small sample of outside scholarships. And again, scholarships you do not pay back. This is basically money that you qualify for that goes towards your education. But again, scholarships as well as grants you do not pay back for financial aid purposes. The financial aid system as a whole. Inside your MyDelta financial aid portal is where you would complete your My Tasks. So for example, if financial aid is requiring certain documents from you as a student to complete your financial aid, you always want to pay attention to your MyDelta student portal. Very, very important. When you're first logging into your MyDelta portal, you log in by your Delta College student ID number. Then at that point, you will be issued a temporary password, which will prompt you to create your own password. And again, you always want to keep your Delta College student ID, your portal ID, as well as your password available at all times. And please monitor your MyDelta student portal for communications at all times. Viewing your tasks. This is where, if you are required to submit documents for your financial aid, this is where you're going to see that. So inside your tasks folder, inside your MyDelta, pretty much you're going to pay attention to 2 types. There's initiated and also a received category. Initiated basically means that there's tasks that require your attention, such as submitting documents. It's a case-by-case scenario. So you always want to pay attention to what is initiated in terms of what item is required for you. Once you have submitted those items through your portal, it'll flip over to received, which means basically financial aid has received the documents and is in the process of reviewing it. The financial aid process, A through Z. You basically would apply for your FAFSA or your California DREAM Act application. Number 1, Delta receives the application. Number 2, an application confirmation email is received by you as a student. Number 3, if you are required to submit documents, you upload documents through your MyDelta inside your My Tasks. Students need more documents or award students. So for example, if other documentation is required after you submit whatever is required initially, be prepared for that because there may be additional documents needed. Number 5, student receives an email with award and disbursement information. Number 6, student completes terms of offer. That is very, very important. And that'll be prompted inside your MyDelta under your My Tasks. And last but not least, the student is awarded is disbursed. And down below, Bank Mobile, that beautiful colored card. Bank Mobile is the contracted bank for financial aid. You have to receive a Bank Mobile welcome packet once you're a student and initialize that to receive your disbursements for the financial aid process. Once you get your Bank Mobile, you're going to log in and choose your payment method, such as either having money dispersed to your current checking account or simply have it dispersed to the card, and you can withdraw the funds at a contracted Bank Mobile location. Verification. Verification is when the Department of Education selects a certain person's FAFSA or DREAM Act application to provide additional documentation. If you are selected for verification, you must submit an independent or dependent verification worksheet. Along with that, you must submit tax documentation only if you didn't use the data retrieval tool, which is basically transferring your taxes on your FAFSA. Independent students must submit their 2018, or excuse me, it could be 2019 tax return, depending on what FAFSA that you're doing, or IRS letter of non-filing if you didn't file taxes. If you are a dependent student, you must submit parents' 2018 or 2019 or even 2020 taxes, depending on the FAFSA edition, or IRS letter of non-filing if they didn't file taxes. You may be required to submit other documentation, so be prepared for that. And also 2 documents must be signed. Note on the bottom, if no documents are required, your file will move directly to processing and to being awarded. Uploading documents. Uploading documents inside your MyDelta under your to-do list, you will see an icon similar where it'll be Delta College Verify My FAFSA. So just like we talked about it before, the verification process, you do have to verify what documents are required from your FAFSA. Once you get over to this portal here, which is also located inside your Okta account, you'll have to create this profile. And this profile, once it's finally initialized, you will see what documents are required to submit for the verification process for your financial aid. Terms of offer. After you have submitted all of your documents and or made necessary corrections, you will need to complete the terms of offer, which will again be located inside your MyDelta MyTask award. Once your award is posted in your MyDelta, you will see the terms of offer in your holds folder. Once you complete terms of offer, you will then receive your award. Bank Mobile. Bank Mobile is to unlocking your funds. Again, once you get the bright green envelope, just like it is in the illustration, you will follow the prompts to go over to the refundselection.com. You have to enter a personal code that you'll receive from the green envelope, create your login information, and select how you would like to receive your disbursements. So whether we disperse to your current checking account or to the card itself. And again, you must complete your Bank Mobile profile in order to receive any kind of funding once you are awarded. Bank Mobile personal code. 5 days after your green envelope is mailed, you will also receive an email with your personal code. If you don't receive the email envelope or an email, contact the financial aid office at San Joaquin Delta College to get you reissued a personal code. Personal code must be used within 24 hours to initialize your Bank Mobile account. Satisfactory academic progress. Student must maintain SAP, as we call it, in order to continue eligibility for financial aid. The first topic is you must maintain a 2.0 cumulative GPA, which is very important across the board every semester, a minimum 2.0 cumulative GPA. You also must complete 67% of enrolled units, cumulative and for the semester. As an example, a student is taking 2 3-unit classes, you must pass all of their classes. For example, taking 3 units and 6 units, and let's say, for example, a student fails 3 units out of the 6 they're taking, it drops them down right there for that semester to a 50% completion rate, which does not meet the satisfactory academic progress requirements. Other examples that can affect that: F's, W's, I's, EW's, FW's, and P's are all non-passing grades and negatively impact pace of your financial aid. The only exception that is made is EW's, which is excused withdrawals during the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, you must not exceed the maximum time frame. Students have up to 150% of units to complete their program. As a prime example, Delta College gives you, if you, for example, you have a 90-unit degree program, and for example, 60 units times 150 is the 90 units though. So you do have basically those extra units, those 30 units to complete that program. Another for example, let's say if you need a 20-unit degree program, times that by 150 units, then you have 30 units to complete that 20-unit degree program. So there is basically some wiggle room to get that degree completed. However, you don't want to go past the 150% unit maximum time frame. Students are disqualified if they do not meet the above SAP standards for 2 consecutive semesters. So very, very important. You don't want to have this kind of behavior and pattern in terms of that for 2 consecutive semesters. What else do you need to know? The 6-year lifetime Pell eligibility limit. So always be aware that Pell is not forever, even if you're entitled to it by your income. It does have a 6-year lifetime eligibility limit. Consortium form. Receiving financial aid when attending more than 1 college at the same time. You cannot be dispersed at 2 different schools at the same time. So for example, say if you're attending San Joaquin Delta College, you're taking 12 units with us, and you decide to take 3 units at another college though. Again, Delta College will be considered your home school, and you'll only be able to receive disbursement at Delta College. You can always attend the other college. You may qualify for a fee waiver at the other school. You have to check with them on that, but you want to make sure to notify both financial aid offices of what you're doing, because you will be considered a consortium student, and there's going to be required a consortium form to complete. On top of that, the Book Advance program at Delta College. If you do need books, and let's say, for example, you just submitted your FAFSA, but your documents are all inputted and received, and you need your books to start the semester, you can always apply for our Book Advance program. Once that happens, it does take about 2 business days to process. If you do qualify based on if you have a valid schedule, if you're meeting academic progress requirements and all your documents are submitted, you can get a book voucher up to $1,000. But again, a book voucher is not free money. It is basically money that's going to be borrowed like in advance for you as a student. That way you can obtain your books while you're going to college. And in the meantime, while your financial aid is in process, once everything gets verified and dispersed, anything you spent on that bookstore voucher will be paid off first. And if you qualify for financial aid, you'll be receiving the difference. Questions. We at San Joaquin Delta College pride ourselves in answering and fielding questions. We're available on our live chat, which is through our very own website, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also have virtual appointments as well. So whether you want to have general financial aid questions or you want to literally complete a FAFSA or DREAM Act application, which does take about an hour to get done, we're more than happy to assist. It is a virtual appointment. We do verify your ID as well as information to make sure, because of the FERPA law, we're happy to assist students and parents in helping complete the financial aid process. We're always available for contact. So again, this is our link to our very long link for our Delta College website. And also the best way to get to it is going to deltacollege.edu. When you go over to deltacollege.edu and look in the search bar, you can easily find financial aid and all of our information. There is our department phone number at 209-954-5115. You're always available to leave a voice message and somebody will get back to you, typically the next business day. Or there is our general email at finaid@deltacollege.edu. finaid@deltacollege.edu. Again, that concludes our presentation, and thank you for listening.